was rejected by a matchmaker this week. She wouldn't be able to work with me. I'm very, very type A, organized. I like to be the leader. I also told her I was looking for a man who was also a leader because I don't want to always be the leader, believe it or not. I told her I was looking for someone that was at or above the same income level as me, driven, who is ambitious, who is ready for a long-term relationship and ready to get married. She may have actually picked up on the fact that I'm a little high-strung. I'm not like a stressed out or anxious person. I'm just high energy or type A. This is who I am. And she was asking me, do I meditate? No. Do I journal? No. I said I could never really be with a beta type man. I specifically used the word doormat. I said I would chew them up and spit them out. And her response was, well, I married that type of man. She was saying that, men really like a soft woman and I should try some of these vision board journaling, meditating type of things. She essentially said that I am not ready for her type of services because I have too much work to do. My walls are too high and I'm not ready for a long-term committed relationship at the ripe age of 38, where I've been in therapy for 10 plus years. She also said that I need to soften a little bit. And men like a softer woman. Essentially, I spent $350 to meet with this woman, have her tell me I am not worthy of love as I am, but the fact that I need to change in order to be worthy of love and partnership. We shouldn't be pushing on these narratives that people are not worthy as they are, and essentially telling women that the type of woman they are isn't worthy of love. That is a narrative that should not be given to anyone, or it is dangerous commentary. And the fact that she said this to my face had some audacity.
The part that she's not considering is that matchmaker is also hired by men. So she's listening to what men want, which is why she's giving the feedback that she's giving. But this reaction from a woman is exactly what a lot of men are experiencing in the dating world. There's just so much resistance from women these days to self-reflect and potentially change a little bit. It is okay to change yourself in order to improve yourself. It does not mean that you're not worthy of love currently. You are. Everyone is. It's just a matter of, are you willing to make yourself a better partner to fit into a relationship? It's really that simple.
Dating in this generation is a humiliation ritual for men. And honestly, my heart actually breaks for them. Because for women, honestly, I feel like it's pretty straightforward when we're dating. Like, what you see is what you get. And that is just not the case for men in the dating scene. I mean, I'm seeing TikToks all the time about guys talking about the struggle, and honestly, I get it.
You had me in the first half, but what's this? Me getting ready for the boy I'm about to ghost after our date. And what's this? When boy number 3 invites me out, but boy number 1 might be getting off work soon. Blair, see, your problem is that you think men are stupid. I feel like the term grifter is usually pretty overused, like people just use it to describe anyone who makes money off of anything, but this girl is the definition. See, the original definition was a swindler. They're tricking you. They don't actually believe what they're saying. And that's exactly what's happening here. At some point, she switched her content to saying things that she thought men would want to hear, like women versus accountability, broke women using men for meals. But literally right after this video, why would I be at the club? My future husband's security is so important to me. Is, this one. So that did not, in fact, stay in the drafts, clearly. So your future husband would be disrespected by you going out to the club, but apparently won't mind at all if you're shaking your ass on a public platform to be memorialized forever for anybody to see? That don't make no sense. By the way, I don't care if you want to shake your or show your stomach online. It's just that you probably shouldn't make an entire account talking about how bops are ruining society if you're going to act like a bop. It's a bit antithetical, a little bit intellectually inconsistent, right? But you don't need me to be your PR guy. I mean, you know what you're doing. You're gonna find that future husband who just loves women-hating, hypocritical, anti-bop bops. Yeah, he's out there. I'm sure of it. Good luck, honey.
Boy mom is why I don't have sympathy for a lot of stupid that women do. And this is a follow-up to the video I just made about the lady at work giving away her Valentine's Day flowers that was given to her from somebody she's dating. I see a lot of women trying to make excuses to myself. She was just spreading the love and she just... Stop. I'm a boy mom at the end of the day. Don't come over here if you don't want to be held accountable. Don't. I'm the first example of what a woman should be. That's what my son see. That's what my son see. I hold myself accountable and I self-reflect like a... all the time. I try to be everything I want my son to have in a woman and in a wife and in a mother. I remember it was a time when I was honest and I said I would never want my son to bring home a woman like me. Ever. Because that's how I was. You couldn't tell me. I was never wrong. I didn't know how to compromise, didn't know how to communicate, and sure didn't know how to comprehend. Just filled with trauma. Up. And I think it's whack as hell that when women are behaving in a certain way, it's always, yeah, but, or trying to prank them into being a victim. If you wrong, you wrong. That's how my page is. That's how I roll. I'ma always just call it how I see it. And they know that about their mama. Mama gonna always keep it real. You understand what I'm saying? I thank God that I got the ability to also be able to look at everything from everybody's point of view and then come to my own conclusion. If it don't make sense, it don't make sense. That's just what it is across the board. It didn't make sense. I'm sorry. And being a boy mom, I always think about how would I feel if my son was treated in that way. I'm raising good young black men, God's will. How would I feel if a skank did something like that to my son? I would definitely tell my son, don't ever waste your time with that boy. Don't ever.
I'm not about feminism at all. I've been anti-feminist since high school because it's really destroyed dating and getting married and having kids.
Why do you think that?
Because it placates off of the natural inclination for women to be corrupt. It's a very corrupt ideology. Women have a particular innate capabilities that can make them very corrupt and manipulative. And I notice with feminism, it really magnifies that because it actually calls it a civil rights movement in the West. And it's a fake civil rights movement in the West, but it really just ends up becoming a big government situation, which is what most civil rights movements in the West is all about. It's not really about your civil rights. It's not an inequality thing because we have equal rights, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, less rights for women, the better, because it's actually becoming such a cancerous society. It's destroying family and tradition, and I'm very patriarchal.
The reason girls and guys are no longer dating as much is because half of women read fiction books, whereas only 1 in 4 men read fiction books. Instead, they focus on self-help, making them more individualistic.
Right. It's men's fault. Again, would you believe we're finding another way to blame men for whatever because of what? The thing is, the real reason men and women are not dating anymore is because women are entitled AF. Women think they deserve the world, and men just don't want to tolerate a woman who brings nothing to the table anymore, who can't even give them peace, who can't respect them, and who honestly can't love them in the way that they need. Therefore, women are staying single because, like I said, they don't respect men and they think that they rule the world and they deserve the top 0.0000001% of men, and men have just had it and get a pet instead. That's actually the real reason why.
Average women don't want average guys because they think that they're not average. They think that they're above average. How's that going to translate in the dating marketplace? You have average women that are going to be chasing after either exceptional or above average men. They're going to curve men who are average, who are actually on their level. That's why you get caught up with boys and in situationships and a guy never committing to you or a guy who's cheating on you because you're shooting out of your league. So if you think you're a 10, surely you must deserve a 10. You're going to chase after Chad. You're going to spend your 20s a bunch of dudes. You're never going to actually get into a proper monogamous relationship. You'd rather have the divided attention of a hyper attractive guy than actually have commitment from an average dude because you think you're above average. That's the problem in the dating marketplace. And that's why this is a humble check.
Modern women find 80% of men as unattractive. And so on dating apps, which people will argue that maybe people on dating apps aren't looking for something serious, but that's the number one way people meet. Women only swipe right 5% of the time, up to 20% on the high end in certain studies. So women are all sleeping with the same guys. So for guys that are in that percentage, it's they just have an abundance of girls throwing themselves at them. And then the women will come back later and say men are trash, but that's who
I think we need to have a speed dating thing, me and you, girl.
You know, I like what the lady was saying on the whatever podcast about women, feminism, and it playing on the women's natural. You have an ability, which honestly and truly, if you look at most people, there are selfish desires somewhere in there. And what she's saying is, I know you're saying it's one thing, but all you've really done is you've given women a platform. You've given them a safe space to be corrupt, to be undisciplined. You've given them a place under the guise of, well, this is female empowerment. This is you taking your power back. If we're fighting for equality, then that makes sense. But if we're fighting for superiority over men who are trying to help you out, then maybe we need to reconsider.
If I take 25 years out of the workforce to raise 6 of your kids, I have less of a burden.
Yeah. How do you not have less of a burden?
That's manual labor.
That's manual labor. I think that any job you can do in your pajamas can't be that hard.
Truly, if you came home and your wife was in her pajamas every day, would that not like turn you off or make you feel a certain type of way?
Here's what most men want as the outcome for their children, who for the most part, by the way, are sent off to public school and she's not watching them do nothing. Even if she stays at home and she raises them, and on top of raising them, homeschools them, right? And she does that in her pajamas, then that's still the least lazy thing she could be doing in comparison to sending them off to public school. So yeah, when you're talking about the labor added and what they have to do to raise kids, they mostly outsource that anyway.
Outsourcing takes time too.
Oh yeah, they have to wave at the school bus. It's a rough gig. They have to get their up at 6 a.m. to get them on a school bus.
Do you ever think about how much it would cost you to pay a nanny, to pay a house cleaner, to pay a private chef, to pay like all these individual
let's reverse
jobs?
it. Well, let's just reverse it then. Okay, but what about how much it would cost for you to be able to stay at home all day and do absolutely nothing and have cable television, have trash paid for, have your electric paid for, have all of your utilities, have vacations given to you, have all of that? That also has a high cost, a significant cost associated with it. So as you're about, wait a second, my maid service should be compensated. It's like, well, your living expenses are already compensated. You have to do nothing for it.
Why did a man ask me what I would cook for him to sweep him off his feet? And I just want to wholeheartedly say, I am never in my life trying to sweep a man off of his feet.
Of course.
I am the woman. I would like to be swept. I don't want to pick your big up. Nigga, you pull out the broom and you get to sweeping.
Relax. These women want men to do everything for them. Going above and beyond, of course. But when it's time for them to reciprocate, they got a problem with that. They don't even want to do something as simple as making a proper meal from scratch to feed the man that is making sure that they ain't got to worry about any bills. Their man can't even get clean clothes to wear to work. But yet still, their man have to do all the on their list and more. Otherwise, this relationship won't work.
Would you rather go buy me an engagement ring right now or decimate everyone in that restaurant?
I could just go down to a pawn shop and buy a fake ring, so yeah, that works for me.
So you want to give me a fake ring?
If it involves getting out of people, yes.
So is there a reason that you don't want to propose to me?
Because we've just gone on our first date.
Oh, and what's the problem?
Any of you watching this, if you don't see the problem either, I'm very concerned about you.
I can tell you one thing for sure. That poor man is going home and deleting Bumble. That is the last Bumble date he will ever be on.
Men are the perfect example of I'm going to let you do what you want to do so I can see what you better. They will stand by. They will let you do all the things that you think are right. They are not going to coerce you. They are not going to tell you how to act. They're not going to tell you what they think you should do. They're going to stand by and let you do everything that you think you should be doing. They're not going to say nothing. But in their mind, they're watching everything that you do. You thinking that, oh, I ain't did nothing wrong the whole time. They're tallying up everything that you're doing and they're putting it into a category. Men know. They know right away. Pretty early if they're gonna marry you. They know pretty early if they're gonna treat you like a whore. They know pretty early based on your actions how they are going to treat you. They will spend money on you. They will sleep with you until they are done with you. But in their mind, they know that they will never marry you. They just aren't gonna tell you that.
Good morning. I just woke up. We're gonna get right into it. I'm tired of hearing this line. If you're broke, just say that. You think by saying that does something in it? It might have done something to a but not no real. You asking me for something that I got that you don't got. So if you're broke, just say that. What y'all talking about? Trying to use that line to make a feel some type of way. You stupid. I don't even know how y'all even let this go on too long. Like God knew not to make me a. Speaking of this, I go to the beauty supply store to go try to buy some new lashes. So when I start giving my man some neck and we record it, instead of talking outside my neck, instead of begging, instead of complaining, let me go do something. I go in the beauty supply store and I see a whole bunch of pictures on the wall of you. It's always a calling a broke, but she in the beauty supply store on a wall of shame looking like this. Go to your local beauty supply store right now. I bet you see a ghetto in a black and white picture with a hairstyle, with a missing eyebrow, with a missing side tooth. You would see that her lips is black and pink if the picture was not in black and white. Right now, I bet you won't see one of them, and I bet you them same is gonna be on the internet calling one of y'all broke. And then it's always stealing something you don't need. What is you stealing a wig for? I would have rather you go to Best Buy, steal a laptop so you go on Indeed and fill out a job application. Go to Dollar Tree, steal some pens. Go do something. And Target at the bottom office detained for stealing lip gloss and shit. You don't got $3 for lip gloss, but calling another bro, shut the up.
So it should not be wholly and solely and dependent on
your dollars.
Your dollars.
But
I'm talking about where's my rent. So hold on, let me ask you something. When you never have the man or you're their parent, so why when the man? Okay, so why when the man come now? Is the man living there with you? Why is he paying your rent?
All right, you're taking my time. You should be paying for.
Wow. You know what that actually, you know what that sounds like? Do you want me to actually tell you what that sounds like? You're taking. No. Do you want me to say what that sounds like?
Them gyal put on that quiet, you know. A back road if you go live, a back road if you go walk. Because yo, it's obvious I sell your crutches under the quiet. And not even under the quiet because you follow up on platform and talk about it. But the man have to pay for your time. Who the f is you? So if the man have to pay for your time, who pay for the man time? Someone wanna look sell crutches, look sell front gyal, you see.
Because all I do is care for our family, bust my off every day, but I don't get a thank you or nothing. I don't get anything. All these dishes, all the cleaning, all the extra work that I do, nothing. Because it's not your way. You control every situation in our lives. And I am fed up and done.
Sounds like an unappreciative man. Instead of recording, you should have been trying to console him. Baby, men like to be appreciated and feel loved too. In relationships, it's a two-way street. So stop always taking and not giving. Don't be like these internet blockheads and lose your relationship. Girl, go in there and check on your man because he sound like he been complaining about this shit for a long time and you still on that bullshit. So go handle your business, baby girl.
Facts are, if you can't stand being around the person that you're with, then leave them. But you don't want to leave them because they give you a cushiony life that you know nobody else will be able to provide for you, especially now that you're washed up. So you sit there and deal with it despite the fact that you hate that man until it gets to a point where you divorce him and try to take half of everything he owns, and then you spend the rest of your life being nothing other than a used rag for people to come in. It's actually ironic how much women project because they're the ones that coined the phrase, oh, just say you don't love your wife. Oh, just say that you don't want to treat your wife well, when they're the ones that typically don't want to serve their husbands, don't want to treat their husbands well, don't want to respect what their husbands have to say, but expect their husbands to give them everything. If he wanted to, he would, and so would she.
This is the Holly Fitzgerald. Holly, this is Lisa.
Nice to meet you. I'm his girlfriend.
Oh, wow. Well, Ronnie didn't tell me he had a girlfriend.
There's a lot of things Ronnie forgot to mention, like the fact that he was having a party.
God, no big deal, just a few friends over. Where you coming from?
I was at work with him.
What do you do?
I manage customer service at House Grocery.
Keep up the good work.
You bad.
You like bad girls.
I might.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
I'll be in a minute. They said the trash was overflowing today. Can you take care of that?
Oh, and I could use another vodka soda if you're headed that way.
Take 1, 2.
And you know, you just listening to the segment with Andrew, you really have to break it down for these modern women, because essentially what they're talking about is the same argument as when women say, well, a man might say to you when you're going on a date, what are you bringing to the table, or what are you paying for? Well, I have to pay for my makeup and I have to pay for my nails. It took a lot to get this hair ready and taken care of. And you know, my hair alone was $200 or whatever it might be, however much it costs for you to do your hair. And so they're charging that to the man, but they're not looking at it from the other perspective. It's the same thing with, well, I gotta stay at home and I gotta do this and and whatever. I get it, I understand it, but what you're not understanding is that there's a flip side of it as well. That's what y'all keep on missing, because modern women are so selfish and short-sighted. You're not the only one working here. You're not the only one doing things here. You need to get your head out of your behind.
When you ask a man a question, ask him one question, and then do not revise that question after you've asked it. Wait until he answers your question. And then continue to wait. If he answers the question and then pauses, wait. And then he pauses again. Wait and wait and wait. A man needs to go deep within. And a man is very committed to what he says. When a man is done answering your question, he will most likely say, that's all. I'm done. That's about it. Something like that to let you know he's done answering. And then you can ask your next question.
So you're saying people only have a problem with me not being allowed to do certain things by my husband unless it's something that's obviously beneficial. Like if I say I'm not allowed to open my own doors because my husband is going to open my doors for me, people will be like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. If I say my husband doesn't allow me to go to the gas station at night at 11 p.m. to pump gas, I should have gotten it earlier in the day or wait till the next morning or have him come and pump my gas at night. People are like, well, yeah, duh, that's obvious. However, if I say my husband won't allow me to go to the gym wearing up the butt scrunch leggings and a sports bra, people are like, why would you let him tell you what to do? Truth of the matter, it's not the word allow that people are offended by. It's my husband won't allow me to. It's the husband part. They don't see their husbands as authorities. Usually they don't have a husband. But they don't see husbands in general as authority over their wife or leader, protector, provider. None of that.
Why is it easier for women to get laid more than guys?
Women have been through more in their life, and they are, you know what? If they want to do it, they want to do it. And it is what it is.
That's why it's easier for women to get laid more than men?
Cut that. Cut that. I think that women have been through more. They've been through a lot. And I think women, honestly, are more hurt by guys whenever, like, let's say there's a breakup. Does that make sense? There's a breakup.
I'm not following you.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me think.
I got this question. Number one, men have really high, like, testosterone or whatever, you know, going on in there, you know, blah, blah, blah. So do women, whatever. But the thing is, men are less mature than women until the age of 24, 25. Yeah, and it's a proven fact. Oh, you can look it on the internet. And I think that is because women are, sometimes they want to have fun, and that's okay. If they want to go, like, do whatever, like, you know, that's okay. But, like, a guy, like, he's gonna be like, oh, like, you know, like, she wants to have because, you know, like, it's a guy, and they're gonna want to do that because their maturity level is down here versus a woman is up here, and it's also a mind game.
Leads as to what I'm able to do.
Nothing.
Literally.
You realize that right now, if I worked 1 day a week, which I'm doing now, I would make more than you make in an entire week. You literally do nothing. You're so lazy. Your existence is worthless right now. It's absolutely worthless.
I want to make a suggestion.
The kids were dirty. Like, I don't understand. Did you give Lenny a bath today? Because he seemed to be wearing the same thing as last night. Surprise, surprise! Not surprise at all, actually. Did either of them eat anything that wasn't junk?
I need you to engage with me in a way because we can't have you just keep repeating yourself. I really get it. But do you want some help in changing things?
Yeah, but I don't think that things are going to change by him just constantly saying, I disagree. I disagree. She doesn't see me. She doesn't see what I do. You know what? You want me to not see what you do? Stop doing everything because you literally do nothing. So
I don't even understand.
Reality is starting to set in for a lot of them. Few discretions advised.
And how it's possible that somebody who looks as good as I do is pumping my own gas. It's an evil world we live in.
The only part about that video that I can actually agree with is she's right. It is an evil world we live in. But I don't know when y'all gonna realize or understand that just because you look good don't mean you're gonna get a man. Like, the men are not what they used to be. Now, in this video in particular, she could be talking about the fact that she just shouldn't have to pump her gas at all. Like, a man should see her at the gas pump and offer to pump it for her. Or she could be talking about the fact that she does not have a man to pump her gas, like while she's in a relationship. We are moving to a different beat of the drum. We are moving with a bit more pep in our step. We're not taking no from a woman just because she look good. Neither are we going out our way to display our chivalry for random women. We've tried that and it ended horribly. Y'all got on every platform, on every mountaintop, and told us how much y'all don't enjoy it. And I know for her, it's like, bro, I look this good. What? It's like, yeah, niggas won't give none of that right now. Like, where's that gonna get me? Where does your beauty get me? And the advice I would give any woman that thinks like this young lady here is, if you look inward, you just might find something, truly. Because inside of you is where all the solutions to your issues lie, especially when it comes to dating. Just because you look great don't mean you are great. Those days are over. Men are actually looking for substance, peace, along with beauty. If you can't come with all three, most men that got some going for themselves are not going to settle for that. Nah, we cool. But you know what, like any other video, I know she ain't gonna listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep it change.
You see, there's some trends I can't participate in. And it's because my husband ain't y'all's husband. My husband don't act like y'all's husband. So there's this trend going around where the groom gets pictures of his wife in like this cute little lingerie or whatever. And he gets it from the different bridesmaids and people throughout their wedding reception, right? And hey babe, while that's like cute, for those, my husband don't play that. My husband don't play that because the first question he's going to ask is who took the picture. And when I can't give him a response as to who took the picture, then we're gonna have a problem because he's gonna know why I was dressing like that in front of the man if the man took the picture. And why did I feel so comfortable? Why didn't I just let him take the picture? Because that makes the most logical sense. If I wanted to take those kind of risque pictures, why not just ask him to take the pictures? My husband ain't y'all's husband. I can't do those things.
Y'all, I can't tell you how many times I was tagged in this post. All right, so we can just, all right. Let's see what we're working with here. Met on 6/29/25. All right, moved in together on 7/12/25. 6/29, 7/12. Ooh, that's 2 weeks. Hey, you moved in. Ooh, I bet that was her place. Got matching tattoos on 8/17/20. 8/17, 7/12, 8/7. A little bit after a month. Okay, wait, so 6/29. We're not even 2 months together, and we done moved in together and got matching tattoos. Okay, we met 6/29. 6/29, and at 8/18.
And that man is not listening when you speak to him because evidently you know how to speak to everybody with respect. Your homegirls, your manager, people on the street, but you don't know how to talk to him and come correct. It's not about what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. We really need to focus on checking not only our tone, but our temperature. The temp. Bring it the down. Instead of the whole, I just think it's funny that maybe try approaching it differently. Give him his flowers, then give him critiques so that his defenses are down. Baby, I know you've been working hard and I've been seeing you showing up, but I really feel like you kind of been falling short in this area. Do you see how that just changed the situation? It went from a 10 to a guy 5.56. That's where they need to be at, okay? Watch how you're talking to your significant other. If you can respect your boss, then you should be able to respect your man. Focus. Thank you.
I got a son because a lady pushed him out. Like, who made him for him to have
Okay, I'll answer you scientifically. So you just asked the question. You said, where did the man come from? You said, well, the woman. Well, not exactly, because biologically, the man holds the X and the Y chromosome, so he determines the sex of the baby. So the reason why you're here is not because of your mother. You're actually a woman, and you're right here because of your father. Not only that, do you know that the gene that the placenta comes from the man? So you thought that that came from the mother, where the mother is given the nutrients and all of that. The mother determines the sex of the baby. No, all of this comes from the man. You said that, how did the man get here? From the mother. No, the man got here from his father. All of y'all should call y'all father, because that's why you here.
There's a segment that Desirable Truth did where he was asking the women, why is it easier for a woman to get more play than a man? And you have to look at it and see that the woman, God bless her soul, these women are so programmed to be victims. She went straight into victim mode. She went straight into what the man did, and he broke my heart, and he was like, what does that have to do with anything? Nothing. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. I just feel like being a victim today. That's the default setting for a lot of these modern women. Men have to get away from these types of women because that's their default setting. I'm looking for an issue where there is none. I'm answering a question that wasn't even asked. That wasn't even asked. It's not even relevant to what we're talking about.
Number one is that you need to be making at least 130K a year, and you need to have at least 2 side hustles. If you cannot make 130K or more, then you are out of my league. How do you expect to give me money for my kids if you only make 50K a year? You have to have at least 3 cars under your name. Your second car has to have 8 seats, because I have 3 kids. Oh, I want them to be comfortable whenever we go with you on a trip or something. You want me to come with you? I'm gonna bring my kids, and you need to have enough space for my kids. So that's why I require you to have an SUV and a vehicle of your own if you're gonna be dating me. Another requirement is that you have to have a property under your name, and you have to be looking into getting your second property. Have to get a home that has 6 rooms, because each of my kids have to be in their own room.
I really wish I wasn't the first one to say this, but this is delusional. This is exactly what men are talking about when they want to know what a woman brings to the table. Because what does this woman bring except for financial burden? But not only that, but it is very clear that she will be an emotional burden, because she is labeling these things as expectations. She expects all of them. They are requirements. Because even if she met a man and got into a relationship with someone that was willing to give her all of these things, which we all know she won't, he would not be appreciated. He would have to continue to do these things over and over and over again. And then once he finally broke, guess who's taking half of his stuff? This is why in today's day and age, no man is going to settle for this.
If you got expensive taste, it's because God knows you can afford it. Have you ever noticed that everything you're drawn to in life somehow turns out to be the most expensive option? What if expensive taste is God showing you your frequency? Your spirit recognizes quality before your bank account catches up.
I think wasn't there a what's that guy's name? I can't remember his name. He's the major character in the New Testament. He was like don't desire wealth, reject everything that is of material, live for. I can't remember that guy's name. They were like, he's come. Like the Old Testament was like, he's come, and then he was like, he was always talking hanging out with the poor people all the time, and people were like desiring rich stuff, and he's like, you're not gonna inherit. Right. I don't know. I'll have to look him up later. Yeah. But you know that guy? Yeah. He was saying the opposite of that.
The top says, man proposes an idea for single men to spend Valentine's Day together. They're doing what they normally do. They are doing things to impress their homeboys. We can't do nothing. I'm just waiting for these straight men to just start wearing thongs.
Go to every Valentine's Day post. Y'all gonna be in lingerie. Y'all gonna be rubbing together. Y'all gonna be slapping each other booties. Did they slap
No.
You're lying.
They brought you gifts, right?
We bought each other gifts.
Y'all don't even buy y'all.
Wait, but how does that look?
What? Are you dumb?
Y'all more romantic to y'all homegirls, and this women have been saying throughout the course of everything.
Absolutely
Y'all more
not.
romantic.
We are way more romantic to our men than we are to each other.
What's the most romantic thing you've done?
I can't say that I've done anything. I haven't been with anyone around Valentine's.
Damn, I would love to have a good Valentine. That means you should have met a better man. You don't pick men back good either.
No, it's not that. I mean, it sounds like, yeah, but
the worst single moms today. Well, the ones with newborns. Because that little is too young for daycare and school. Plus, the lost her baby fat. So you get the worst version of that. Or the ones that put my kid come first in their dating bio. Stupid like this don't even need to be said. Like, my Xbox is more important than you. I just came to you for some, but I ain't mention it. Or the ones that live through their kids. These are the that go to after school programs. They watch the same their kids watch. And even when the kid go to sleep, you can't even go over there. You know why? Because the kids sleep with that too. Or the ones that don't send news. Like, bitch, if you ain't gonna have time to link up, at least help me think about the pussy. Or the ones with teenage boys. It is not easy to look a young man in his eyes after you his mama and declare yourself man of the house. Game is game.
That's messed up. Oh, that was That's so messed up.
I know who it was.
You need to go get your trash.
I know who it was. They're over there laughing.
You know where it was coming from? Y'all sure it was the speaker system?
Yeah, somebody connected to it and was doing that.
I don't think so
It
because the music
was
still
down
playing.
below in a system down here because it was going up.
Is it you?
Nah, I heard it too.
I apologize. If you guys hear it again, I'll come out here quick.
Appreciate it, guys.
But here's the thing, like equal pay, feminism can really only exist when there are comfortable air-conditioned office jobs. You didn't hear feminists in the 1800s saying, I want to go into the coal mines and get black lung.
If you look around today, the highest echelons of earners are all men, but then the lowest as well, all of the most difficult jobs, the ice road truckers, like you said, the coal miners. Whenever you go to foreign countries and you see people digging ditches on the side of the road, it's never women. And I don't see you guys fighting for those positions.
So we should probably analyze, aside from just the money that people make, we should analyze other sorts of gaps, right? So there's dangerous job gaps, for example. Men are more likely to on the job gap. Men are more likely to be electrocuted to gap. Men are more likely to be crushed to gap. Men are more likely to drown to gap. More likely to work outside in the heat or cold gap. More likely to work undesirable, disgusting, and dirty jobs gap.
More likely to
So, I mean, there's all kinds of gaps. Are those gaps due to sexism against men?
Why is it that we as black women feel comfortable checking black men, but the moment a black man checks us, we call it misogyny, control, or toxic? Don't scroll. Let's talk about it. Why does it seem like accountability only applies when we're the one giving it? We criticize black men, drag them online every day, talk about how they lead, talk about what they do, what they don't do. But the moment a black man says, sis, you out of line, or start calling you out on your bad attitude, all of a sudden he's bashing women. We can dish it, but we can't take it. Call a man weak for not being a leader, but then when he does lead, you say he's being controlling. Which one is it? If we want growth and healing from our men, we have to be able to look in the mirror and check ourselves first. Because checking somebody, that's not hate, that's love. And if we can't be corrected without getting offended, maybe the problem isn't the message. Maybe it's our pride.
Just saw a video of a woman who was running in a marathon, and when she looks over, she notices a friend of hers flew in from London to watch her finish. The friend flew in for like 24 hours, and she sees the friend and she immediately starts bawling. She's like crying and running, and you can tell she's like overjoyed that her friend would do such a thing. I think sometimes when men are questioning why women are choosing to be single,
Hey, stop there. Stop there. What did men do again? How are we involved in people running and a friend going to support a friend? What did men do again? How did we get into this conversation of a friend from London to go and support the other one that is running like us? What did men do again? How did we get into this equation?
I just found out that I'm not hot, and this
This was based on a really humbling experience where I'm trying to get 4 men together to help me move a really heavy object from point A to point B. Not a far point A to point B either. And I can't do it. It can't be done. I'm in hell. I've tried for days, texting every man I know. Can you please come help me move this heavy thing? It's a piece of granite, by the way. I think we can use that as a gauge. Number 1, can you get a group of men to help you move a heavy object from point A to point B? Number 2, how far can you get them to move it? Because what I need is a piece of granite moved about 15 feet. Cannot gather 4 men to do that. Oh, I can't. I'm going to be hung over that day. Oh, I can't. Football is on. Wah. Number 1, they don't make men like they used to. Because how come nobody wants to be helpful? Little helpless old me? You want me to pick up the granite slab? Why? You're not being helpful. Number 2, I need to level up.
I'm sorry, but this is not telling of how hot you are. This is telling of how many men that you've placed in your friend zone. And it sounds like they all exited themselves without you even realizing. Because if you think that men are just going to give all of that effort, all of that time just because you're attractive and you're literally just sitting there and you're not reciprocating anything back, they are over that. They would rather have a true friend that they're putting effort towards, or they'd rather have somebody that's wanting to be in a real relationship with them. It's that simple. Stop trying to expect things from men when you're giving them literally nothing back.
You know, I was looking at John B. Christ and the segment, man. You know, God, dog, man, these women just be talking. They just be talking and they know they dead wrong. This woman stupidly sat up there and said, what if God, his way of telling you you're just an expensive, high maintenance person was that everything that you see, you say, what's the price? You say, what's the price of that? And it just happens to be expensive. Happens to be expensive. Well, that's called good marketing. That's called fantastic marketing. You would call that person a marketing god, a genius. If everything that you seem to be hanging around is expensive, they've put a hook in your mouth and you can't get it out. You're not able to get away from it. Whatever type of quote unquote sell that they put you onto, you cannot get away from it. That's what that is. Like he was saying, the Bible is literally saying the exact opposite. It literally says that. He said that what if he wants you to have expensive taste? He doesn't. It's how do you know that? How can we know? That's what it says in the Bible. What are you talking about right now?